Right guys, so at the minute we are looking at UI systems. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to quickly show you now how to put a canvas into your scene and how we put a button on there and anchor it into position. We will look a little bit later on how to put the code in and how to do all that kind of stuff. But what we're going to do is we're going to set the kind of the frame for, imagine a play button at the start of a mobile game. That's what we're looking at to start with. So what I need you to do is if you right click in your hierarchy, go to UI and Canvas, you'll see that it brings in an event system as well. That's not to worry about, that's expected. So if we click on Canvas and right click, go to UI and add a button, there we go. What you will see is that by clicking on there and then adding the button, it makes it a child of it, and obviously we want the button on the canvas, so that's what we've done there. So if we close the canvas down, you can't see the button, that's because it's a child. So obviously we've got a button. It looks alright, you know, it's nothing special. And you will see that if I click on play, I can click the button. It doesn't do anything, we haven't set it to do anything yet, but you can see that it works. That's kind of all well and good. It looks like, oh yeah, it's done, we got a button. But the problem is if you're thinking about putting it on mobile or any device really, your game, we're going to have issues, because what we need to do is we need to anchor this button to a specific place on the screen. So I'm probably going to try and anchor mine towards the bottom. So what I'll do is I'll go into scene view, and can you see this little kind of cross in the middle? They're your anchor positions. So if you wanted to, you can kind of move them around, but I don't really like doing that. I'd prefer to do it all numerically, because then you know exactly where your button is. So we've got an X, min and max, and a Y, min and max as well. We've got a pivot in there as well, but we don't really need to worry too much about that at the minute. So I think what will be a nice position is maybe 0.4 by 0.6. So then we know that that's 0.4 from there, that's 0.4 from the edge, and we've got a 0.2 button in the middle. I'm going to set the Y to 0 and the max to 0 as well. Reason being, I want this anchored towards the bottom. So what I'll now do, I think I might change the height of this. Yeah, I'm going to change the height to 60, so we can change kind of, as you can see there, the height of the button, stretch it out, make it look a little bit bigger. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this button down, making sure to keep the same width from the left and the right. So I've got 27 by 27. So yeah, button in there, looking nice. And if we go in here, we can see it's kind of anchored towards the bottom of the screen. And just to test it out, if I move this down, does it stay near the bottom? Yes, it does. So if it's right up at the top, it's in the middle, but right at the bottom, you can see it's steered exactly where we wanted it to steer, which means that the anchors are working. So yet again, I'll click play, and we will see that the button is there, it's working. So what we'll look at next is we'll look at how to make this button functional, and we'll look at maybe linking other scenes to different scenes and stuff.